It makes you feel good that you can help a little puppy like that go from whatever happened to him to now knowing how spoiled he's going to be for the rest of his life. Wanna go outside?
Every day we conduct a routine patrol. It could be everything from responding to medical emergencies to a traffic patrol. With this situation, I got a call that a resident had found a puppy in basically an industrial district area. We found little Thor. He was walking around, but he also had what looked to be like a little injury on his head. As soon as I brought him back to the station, a bunch of grown men, as soon as they see a puppy, they immediately run over and start talking like infants to it. So it was a great experience.
Come on, little guy. When we typically find a dog, usually they have tags on them or chip. We can take them to the local animal hospital and have the owner found pretty fast. But with this case, he was a little guy, no tags, injury on his head, just wanted to get him help as fast as possible. My fiance and I were looking to get a pit bull, and when you see a pit bull puppy with an injury, hard to pass up on it. Very good boy, Thor. They're the most affectionate dogs I've ever had. I like going to work not knowing exactly what's going to happen. You name it, we deal with it, whether it's goose call, a deer call, obviously people, even when it's a dog. It is challenging, but I go to work, try to be as safe as possible, get home to see the family. Get home to see the puppy now.
On West 55th Street, where most people hurry past without a glance, is a storefront that seems to belong to another time.
How you doing, darling?
If you pause, your eyes might just meet Meisel's Chocolate, a tiny candy shop with a sweet story to tell.
Gonna make you a little mix, okay? You're gonna like it. Open your hand. This is the one. It's just little tiny place, but you know, that's it. It's mine, and I love it.
It's a small business with a really big heart.
I think so too.
And a big sweet tooth.
Stepping inside is like traveling back in time to an era when things moved at a gentler pace.
Well, it's old-fashioned first, right? The shop exists from the 60s. It has really very nice European feeling. So here you go. This is the best day of my life.
There's an old world charm to Meisel's. That's clearly because of the owner, Camilla.
What do you love about this shop?
I think everything.
The walls are lined with every kind of licorice you likely didn't know existed.
So we have a finished licorice over here, and this is sweet and sour. Single salt, double, triple, quadruple salt. So all the way through. So it's just a lot of liquid to choose from. Okay, here's one bag. If I'm standing in the back of the shop and I see people coming in, approaching the doorway, and I see the smile on the face, it's enough for me.
The town of Riverside came to me with this proposition. I really didn't understand it at first. What do you want me to buy a museum? Well, I'm doing okay, but I don't know if I'm doing museum rich here. And so he says, no, we want to give you the museum to house the collection. You give us a collection, we will house it for the rest of your life. Interesting position for a collector. And so I said, I jumped off the wall and said yes, and see where we land. And so far, we're doing very, very well.
The collection is seminal and very important because Cheech had the foresight to see this work and understand that it was speaking to a community, to a history that was underrepresented. It is an important and seminal collection in that it has traveled and brought unprecedented attention to Chicanx art. All of the works in the gift, 550, I would say are important works.
I was introduced to art by my cousins who assigned me to learn about art when I think I was 11 years old. And so how do you do that? You go to the library, you take out all the books and you look at them, but you start going to museums. I never saw people that look like me on the walls of the museum. So that didn't bother me at first because I was just learning about art in general. I mean, I go to see a Da Vinci or a Caravaggio or a Picasso. This is good art. So I transferred that appreciation of art now to, well, why aren't art artists being represented? Because they're out there. And so that became a lifelong preoccupation to get everybody to see Chicano art and then make up your own mind. You like it, you don't like it. Most people do.
When Cheech says Chicano art is American art, really he's making the case that this work should be considered part of the American art historical canon. For many reasons, it has not been, whether it's being marginalized in terms of the scholarship that has happened through departments such as art history, through art schools. Are we teaching this art? There's some work that's being done and inroads that have been made, but it's still largely ignored.
All these artists were either university and or art school trained. They weren't like, weekend hobbyists and they paint the flowers in their yard. So these were, students who had been exposed to international world art for their whole careers. And so they reflected that next change of interpretation of what they were seeing. Chicano is an evolutionary term. At this point, it's not just a political term, although it started that. And so far, people had kind of known about Chicano art, but there was no official place to go and study it. There was no museum dedicated to just Chicano art, so we became the first.
Artists, I think, show us a new way to look at the world every time. Art has a way of, I think, saving our souls.
Visibility for the uninitiated is all that matters. And I want people to see Chicano art. And it's there for you to see.
There it is. Oh, sweet.
It's an awesome house. I've never seen one like it.
So Timothy was my corporate, and I would like to thank this awesome agency for presenting him a home like this.
No better day than Veterans Day than to welcome home a true American hero.
We welcomed him to his new home, the mayor of the city of Menifee, Mr. Bill Zimmerman.
This is a wonderful city, and as you can see, we have an outpouring of love for folks like Corporal Jeffers here, who has dedicated himself and sacrificed himself so that we can all be free.
Community outreach throughout the nation is essential to the success of the Stephen Siller Tunnel to Towers Foundation. We feel it's imperative for our home recipients to receive this type of warm welcome from the community.
I can truly appreciate what they've done for him. My sister is currently in a wheelchair. And if you would go inside and see the actual amenities, you would truly appreciate it as well.
When you have a home, an entire home that's wheelchair accessible, it makes all the difference. He's not bumping up against walls. He has more space to go in and out. It feels more like home.
Bassett has been a highly respected name among furniture manufacturers in North America. It donated all of the furniture to this house.
Everything in the home, he could operate right off a tablet, like an iPad.
I can't think of a man and a situation and a service that more defines extraordinary than Corporal Jeffers. Truly deserving. Thank you, sir.
I decided that I wanted to do 100 days of 5Ks. I knew I wanted to do something for my grandma. She was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and support such a good cause of Alzheimer's Foundation of America. I'm on day 73, and I've raised over $5,000. Just mentally, you have to overcome the challenge and make sure that you're doing it every day. And it really makes it easier to stay committed when there's so many people supporting me.
Are you a runner?
Now I am. My grandma, June Widrick, she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and she passed away about 6 years ago. Eventually, I started to see the effect on her, and it just is a hard thing to watch because it does take away your freedom, start to forget things. And we would get dinner with her every Sunday and just spend some good quality time with her. So I decided that 100 days would be a good length of time to do it, and it would give enough time to fundraise, get the word out. I've had a lot of support from community members and from my friends, from my family, and a lot of people coming to join the runs. I've definitely had a few days that it's been challenging to get out to the track, but usually when I have those days, I can phone a friend, and when they're sitting with me near the track, I know that I have just so much support from them, and I can power through and do it. Day 100, I think I'm going to try to get a lot of people together. The foundation that I've been working with, Alzheimer's Foundation of America, so just trying to get the greater community to support a cause. On day 101, I'm probably going to take a little break from running and then maybe pick it back up.